Demolition picking back up later today on the westbound side of the Washington Bridge.
So this means several road closures that were in place about a month ago, they'll be coming back. Kristen Burnell live in East Providence right now with more on what drivers need to know. And also a lot of people that live near the bridge still pretty frustrated about all this.
Yeah, good morning, Kate and Patrick. Demolition was put on pause about a month ago on September 17th due to legal issues. And now starting today at 7 o'clock here in East Providence, a portion of Waterfront Drive will close down and detours will also be in place. Many drivers will be taking Valley Road just over there nearby. Now over in Providence, a portion of Gano Street will be closed starting at 9 o'clock tonight at the 195 overpass. It will reopen at 6 o'clock in the morning, and RIDOT says during that time, overnight deck hammering is expected to last 3 nights before shifting to daytime work. Later on this month, RIDOT may also need to schedule a full weekend closure of Gano Street for beam removal. And once that schedule is confirmed, more information will be released. Now, we spoke with neighbors who live near the bridge who are concerned about the noise, dust from the concrete, and traffic. The DOT says they will begin spraying water on the parts being demolished to prevent dust pollution.
It's just not acceptable. And I think the big problem is you know, I don't think there's enough consideration for the people who are the closest by. I mean, they've talked about rerouting traffic, you know, at that time, but to me, there's not a good reason not to reroute the traffic during the day so that it at least is tolerable.
And coming up in the next half hour, we'll hear from one Providence City Council member who will discuss RIDOT's brief meeting that was held back on Friday that left many people with more questions rather than answers as demolition continues today. Reporting live in East Providence this morning, Kristen Burnell, 12 News.
Almost a month since it was put on pause, demolition is set to resume on the westbound side of the Washington Bridge today.
Comes just days after RIDOT held their first ever virtual community meeting to discuss progress made and address concerns from the community.
Kristen Burnell is in East Providence with this morning and the latest going on there.
Well, that meeting lasted about 9 minutes on Friday, and today DOT leaders will join Governor Dan McKee to discuss an update about the westbound side of the Washington Bridge as demolition gets underway. Now, many community members were left feeling very frustrated following the virtual meeting. This after RIDOT announced questions would not be taken during the meeting, but online instead. The answers will be posted on the project website by November 1st. Shortly after, Governor McKee expressed his disappointment and demanded that RIDOT hold another community meeting as soon as possible. We spoke with one Providence City Councilor who echoed those frustrations.
This is 6 p.m. on a Friday. There was little notification about this. So all of those concerns that I was hearing directly from my constituents, my job is to ensure that we can get those questions answered. We can make sure that there's transparency around the timeline, the process, so we can adequately communicate with our constituents about what to expect. And again, I've had conversations with the governor and Director Alviti about this directly. They have been very responsive to some of our concerns, to their credit.
And today's update on the demolition and reconstruction of the westbound side will be held at the State House and is set to begin at 10 o'clock this morning. Reporting in East Providence, Kristen Burnell, 12 News.